Test. Whew. That's the spare one. That sounds really loud to me, huh? Test, test. Thanks.
Lai, 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 lai. Lai, 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 lai. Lai, 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 lai. Lai, 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 lai. Lai, 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 lai. Lai, 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 lai. Lai, 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 lai. Lai, 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 lai. Ya, la, lai, 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 lai. Lai, 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 lai. Lai, 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 lai. Ya, lai, 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 lai. Lai, 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 lai. Lai, 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 lai. Lai, 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 lai. Lai, 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 lai. Lai, lai, lai. Lai, 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 lai. Lai, 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 lai. Ya, la, lai, 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 lai. Lai, 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 lai. Lai, 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 lai. Ya, la, lai, 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 lai. Lai, 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 lai. Lai, 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 lai. Lai, 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 lai. Lai, 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 lai.
Shabbat Shalom. Cantor Hyman and Holly Lentz-Kleeman representing our board of directors. Welcome all of you here in the sanctuary and here online. And welcome Makela, our congregational choir, to help lead us in prayer and in song. I hope you picked up one of the special prayer books on your way in. If not, you'll have a moment to grab one. It's the prayer book we use for Slichot, but actually there's also a Friday evening Shabbat service, Kabbalat Shabbat service within it that focuses on our Friday evening experiences during the month of Elul, this month that prepares us for Rosh Hashanah. So we'd like to, for the first time, turn to that as well. And so we won't be using the blue Mishkan Tefillah, which is unusual, and instead use this golden Mishkan Halev, lev is heart. And so before we join together in prayer, we're so pleased that we have so many people in the sanctuary. And tonight, I have to tell you, at the end of August, I wonder, and it's very easy to get a parking spot in Philadelphia right now. And so it always makes me wonder if anyone's left in this city. And it's great to see that some of us are. So let's take a moment to online. Please introduce yourself in the comments. And in the sanctuary, please take a moment to turn around and find someone new to greet.
What's that? Yeah. Oh, yeah? Up here? Oh, that's cool. Oh, that's great. Nice kid. Good student. Like, older than us all. Joe was our teacher, so it's a big teaching tree. sophomore, right? Great student. Loved having him in my history class. Really cool, really attentive. So nice to meet you. Yeah. You gotta tell him to come to more services so we can organize this.
We're going to turn in our prayer books as we return to our seats. We'll turn in our prayer books to page 10. We invite Susan Cooper and Martin Schulowitz to come forward to kindle our Shabbat lights as we turn to page 10.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher neshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu v'hadli ner Shabbat.
Amen.
And we continue with our Shabbat Kiddush.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei peri hagafen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'ratzavanu v'shabbat kodsho be'ahava uv'ratzon hinchilanu zikaron lema'aseh v'reishit כי הוא יום תחילה למקראי קודש, זכר ליציאת מצרים. כי בנו בחרת ואותנו קידשת מכל העמים, ושבת קודשך באהבה וברצון הנחלתנו. ברוך אתה אדוני מקדש השבת לחיים.
A rabbi named Miriam Klatz has said, quote, "Much like my body needs water for physical hydration, my soul needs prayer for spiritual hydration." This Shabbat, let's challenge ourselves with the fresh words of this different prayer book designed for Elul, the Hebrew month preparing us for the High Holy Days, to find in these moments of prayer a spiritual hydration. We take a deep breath and release, turning from the noise of the week to the spirituality, the reflection, the joy of Shabbat. We turn to page 8 for Achat Sha'alti.
אחת שאלתי מאת אדוני, אחת שאלתי אותה אבקש, אחת שאלתי מאת אדוני, אחת שאלתי אותה אבקש, שבתי שבתי בבית אדוני, שבתי שבתי כל ימי חיי, לחזות בנועם אדוני ולבקר בהיכלו, לחזות בנועם אדוני, to gaze upon your beauty, O Adonai. Achat sha'alti meit Adonai, achat sha'alti ota avakesh, achat sha'alti meit Adonai, achat sha'alti ota avakesh.
It's tradition to recite those words from Psalm 27 each day of this month of Elul. And so we are ready to gaze upon the beauty of Adonai, and we've made space for the joy of Shabbat. And so we continue with Lecha Dodi, page 22.
Lecha Dodi לקראת כלה בני שבת מקבלה, lecha dodi לקראת כלה בני שבת מקבלה, שמור וזכור בדיבורך ישמיענו אל המיוחד, אדוני אחד ושמו אחד, לשם ותפארת ולתחילה. lecha dodi לקראת כלה בני שבת מקבלה, lecha dodi לקראת כלה בני שבת מקבלה, לקראת שבת לכו ונלכה, כי היא מקור הברכה, מראש מקדם נצחה, סוף מעשה במחשבה תחילה. lecha dodi לקראת כלה בני שבת נקבלה לך דודי לקראת כלה בני שבת נקבלה התעוררי התעוררי כי באורך ומאורי אורי אורי שיר דברי כבוד אדוני עלייך נגלה לך דודי לקראת כלה בני שבת נקבלה לך דודי לקראת כלה בני שבת נקבלה.
Please rise if you're able.
בואי ושלום עטרת בעלה גם בשמחה ובצהלה תוך אמוני עם סגולה בואי חלה בואי חלה לך דודי לקראת כלה בני שבת נקבלה לך דודי לקראת כלה בני שבת נקבלה לך דודי לקראת כלה בני שבת נקבלה לך דודי לקראת כלה בני שבת נקבלה.
Rabbi Abraham Joshua Heschel once said, "There is no human being who does not carry a treasure in the soul, a moment of insight, a memory of love, a dream of excellence, a call to worship." Page 26.
Am I awake? Am I prepared? Are you listening to my prayer? Can you hear my voice? Do you understand? Am I awake? Am I prepared? Ya-la-la-la-la, 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 ya-la-la-la-la. Barechu et Adonai HaMevorach. Baruch Adonai HaMevorach Le'olam va'ed, Le'olam va'ed. Ya-la-la-la-la, 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 ya-la-la-la-la,
Page 27. Together. We call you infinite, sovereign of sovereigns, shepherd and friend. We call you goodness of the world, eternal, all-knowing, ancient of days, giver of Torah, living source, protector and guide. We call you Redeemer, Defender, Father and Mother, Holy One, Blessed One, Almighty and Merciful. In sorrow, we call you Healer of broken hearts, Binder of open wounds. In days of awe, we call you Creator and Judge, my refuge, my light. Fathomless mystery, we praise your name. We turn in our Shabbat programs to page 5.
Amma, Amma, Amma,
Page 32, we read, "This is the path of wisdom. How beautiful to dwell together in unity. This is the teaching of truth. Have we not all one parent? Did not one God create us? This is the call from Sinai. There shall be one law for citizen and the stranger in your midst. This is the gift of Torah. Adonai is our God. Adonai is one."
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Baruch Shem Kivod Malchuto Le'olam Va'ed.
Please be seated. Page 35, we read together this alternative Ve'ahavta for Elul. "You shall love the ones who are close with all your heart, with all your spirit, with all your strength. Remember these words, inscribe them on your heart. Love them when they struggle, when they sadden and disappoint you. Love them when they fail. See the good within them even when they can't. Look at them and listen even when it's hard. Be grateful for their guidance, even their reproof, when they save you from yourself. Love them when they give you joy, and love them when they don't. When you lie down, let go of anger. When you rise up at dawn, begin again. Praise them for their deeds at home. Speak to them in public with respect. Bind yourself to the ones you love with promises kept and vows fulfilled. Open to them the gates of your heart, the doorway of your soul, and let them know you. So shall the ones you cherish feel your love, your presence, and your care." Page 40.
כמוך נהדר בקודש, נורא תהילות אוסף אלה, נורא תהילות אוסף אלה. מלכותך ראו בניך, בוקע ים לפני משה ומרים, זה אלי אנו ואמרו, זה אלי אנו ואמרו. ונאמר כי פדה אדוני את יעקב וגאלו מיד חזק ממנו, ברוך אתה אדוני גאל ישראל.
On the middle of page 48. Unless we aspire to the utmost, we shrink to inferiority. Prayer is our attachment to the utmost. We continue with the Amidah. Please rise.
שפתי תפתח ופי יגיד תהילתך. Adonai, open up my lips that my mouth may declare your praise. Yalalai lai lai, 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 yalalai lai lai. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu Elohei Avotenu ve'imotenu, Elohei Abraham, Elohei Yitzchak, Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, Elohei Leah. Ha'el Hagadol Hagibor v'hanora El Elyon Gomel Chasadim Tovim וקונה הכל, וזוכר חסדי אבות ואימהות, ומביא גאולה לבני בניהם, למען שמו באהבה. מלך עוזר ומושיע ומגן, ברוך אתה אדוני, מגן אברהם ועזרת שרה. אתה גיבור לעולם אדוני, מחיה הכל, אתה רב להושיע, מוריד הטל, מכלכל חיים בחסד, מחיה הכל ברחמים רבים, סומך נופלים ורופא חולים, ומתיר אסורים, ומקיים אמונתו לשני עפר. מי כמוך בעל גבורות ומדומה לך, מלך ממית ומחיה ומצמיח ישועה, ונאמן אתה להחיות הכל. ברוך אתה אדוני מחיה הכל. אתה קדוש ושמך קדוש, וקדושים בכל יום יהללוך סלה. ברוך אתה אדוני, האל הקדוש.
Please be seated. Page 70, we pray for peace.
Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Ki ata hu melech Adon lechol hashalom. Ki ata hu melech Adon lechol hashalom. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. V'tov be'einecha levarech et Amcha Yisrael bechol עת ובכל שעה בשלומך. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Tasim Leolam. Tasim Leolam.
I take these words on teshuva, repentance, from the bottom of page 75. I'm surrounded by imperfection. Everyone I know falls short of my exacting standards. Sometimes I wonder what it would be like if all of them were acceptable to me, the words of their mouths and the meditations of their hearts. Maybe then I'd finally find peace. We take these moments for silent reflection.
עושה שלום במרומיו, הוא יעשה שלום עלינו. עושה שלום במרומיו, הוא יעשה שלום עלינו. עושה שלום במרומיו, הוא יעשה שלום עלינו. יעשה שלום, יעשה שלום, שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל. יעשה שלום, יעשה שלום, שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל. עושה שלום במרומיו, הוא יעשה שלום עלינו. עושה שלום במרומיו, הוא יעשה שלום עלינו. עושה שלום במרומיו, הוא יעשה שלום עלינו. יעשה שלום, יעשה שלום, שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל. יעשה שלום, יעשה שלום, שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל. יעשה שלום, יעשה שלום, שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל. יעשה שלום, יעשה שלום, שלום עלינו ועל כל העולם.
In a moment, we will be on page 77 for the Mishaberach. Inspiring the Mishaberach, our blessing for healing, to be a moment of prayer and also a reminder of action. These words from a piece called What I Learned from My Mother by Julia Kastorf. I learned from my mother how to love the living, to have plenty of vases on hand in case you have to rush to the hospital with peonies cut from the lawn, black ants still stuck to the buds. I learned to save jars large enough to hold fruit salad for a whole grieving household. I learned that whatever we say means nothing. What anyone will remember is that we showed up. If someone you love is in need of healing, mind, body, or spirit, please add that name to the comments or speak it aloud now.
Shebeirach Avotenu Mekor HaBracha Leimotenu. May the source of strength, who blessed the ones before us, help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say Amen. Misheberach Imotzeinu Mekor HaBracha Lavotzeinu. with refuah shlema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say, Amen.
I'm told that yesterday was the day of the year that statistically had the most call-outs from work sick. The highest sick day numbers. So you could take a few different interpretations, I think. My guess is that people have a lot going on right now. And that could be that there was an extra vacation day for some, or an extra packing kids off to college day for some, or whatever transitions are going on in so many people's lives right now. Perhaps it was a little too much overwhelm for a lot of our friends and neighbors who may have taken that sick day. And perhaps that overwhelm is a sign to us to take a step back, to zoom out a little bit and practice that Jewish virtue of hakarat hatov, to recognize the good, even when things seem to be swirling around us. And so, in preparation for our Shehechianu blessing, our blessing of gratitude, let's reflect on this day, on this past week, perhaps on the coming weekend, on any simchas or wonderful occasions worthy of blessing. And if you'd like, go ahead and call some out. Fred?
My husband Craig and I are celebrating
31 years. Mazel tov to you and Craig. That is wonderful. Others? Andrew?
We celebrated Hannah's 30th birthday, who was named
Hannah somehow turned 30 after bat mitzvah here, naming here. I remember a little Tat Shabbat up here. Yes, beautiful. Happy birthday to her. Ben-Sion.
Our youngest child, our son, Joshua Hillel, should have been a rabbi with that name, celebrate his 51st birthday.
Happy birthday to Joshua. I'm jealous of his name. It's a good one. Did you have one, Muriel?
I'm grateful that my granddaughter drove her car up to Syracuse for the first time.
There's so much in that sentence. For Shira driving her car to Syracuse, right, also named here, also, right, has a lot of wonderful memory and history here. Wonderful, wonderful. Lots of milestones. Karen?
Our daughter, Naomi, is creating her own major at Arcadia University. She finally submitted the document that was needed and got approval, and so.
Creating her own major, terrific. It's so exciting to see our next generation forge their own paths in so many different ways. Thank you for sharing it. For all of those blessings, and for the blessing of gathering together for Shabbat, we continue with the Shehechianu.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam Shehecheyanu v'kiyemanu v'higianu lazman hazeh Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam Shehecheyanu v'kiyemanu v'higianu lazman I'm going to start off my conversation with a little bit of music. Surprise. This is kind of the theme of many kids' summers, and certainly the ones that I get to hang around with during my summer. Well, I only wish that we could stay and spend the rest of every day in the place where it's summertime forever. I'm gonna dream about the time we spend and send my love to all my friends, and I'll see you when summertime again. When I close my eyes, I see your face, and I realize how much I love this place. And I know that this is where I wanna be, with you right next to me. You'll always be. Well, I only wish that we could stay and spend the rest of every day in the place where it's summertime forever. I'm gonna dream about the days we spend and send my love to all my friends, and I'll see you when summer comes again. The feelings that I get, stars in the sky, and I will not forget the summers of my life, where the days are weeks and each hour is a day. Please don't go away. Well, I only wish that we could stay and spend the rest of every day in the place where it's summertime forever. I'm gonna dream about the time we spend and send the love to all my friends, and I'll see you when summer comes again. Now, there's actually more to that song, and all of it is very particular and tailored to the various summer camps that have adopted it. It was written by a song leader at Camp Harlem, Matt Stam, in the summer of 2005, when he was assigned one of the teams for Zimriyah to create the song, the fight song, for the team to win, and won a whole bunch of them over, and a bunch of other camps sort of glommed onto that concept, and he had also visited a bunch of camps, and it spread. So that's kind of become the theme, the summertime forever. We're nearly 9 days into the Hebrew month of Elul, immediately preceding Rosh Hashanah, the new year, and I'm already dreaming of next summer. It's not for lack of attention to the rather large pile of High Holy Day music and notes accumulating on my desk, or the extra time spent in all of the logistical meetings or choir rehearsals. Like my colleagues, I'm fully engaged in High Holy Day preparations, but a large part of what makes up my foundation, all of the things I have come to clearly identify as building blocks of my life's work and involvement with community, were shaped and formed in summer camp. If you want to really believe what I'm saying is true, go ask any of the kids who just returned home from a summer at camp about whom or what they are missing the most. Summer camp for myself and many others is sacred space. It is as holy for us as stepping into this sanctuary or seeing the city of Jerusalem for the first time. It is where many of us came to perceive a particular belief in God and the feeling that God exists through meaningful relationships we can have under the right conditions, usually when we are most open to suggestion and the least cynical. Each time we get to the part of the service when we are praying for peace, my understanding of shalom, of completeness and harmony in the world, was formed in a bunk or a lodge or a tent in the fields of Michigan, New York, Georgia, California, and Pennsylvania. I felt the love and support of my parents who trusted enough to let me go, to find my own confidence and self-resilience, and to have faith that when I needed something I did not have within myself, I would still consider them among all of my newfound sources for help and guidance. Camp does not make core family, obsolete, but rather it expands who you envision as your core family. While at any of the summer programs supported by the Union for Reform Judaism, I can expect to find many midot, or values, both taught and lifted up through living them. For the 2 weeks I was part of the URJ Camp Harlem community, I served as faculty and facilitator of some informal Jewish education that helped explain in great detail concepts such as achrayut, or thinking of others, nitzachon, or working through a challenge, bitachon atzmi, or confidence and self-assurance. At the same time, these campers also went on trip day, and they swam in the pool, and they boated in the lake, and they dressed up in white and experienced Shabbat. They tested their limits during color war and reunited as a camp just in time for electricity and water to be restored following a massive but needed storm. They sang with spirit until their voices gave out, and they held each other just a bit tighter when they needed to say Lahit Ra'ot, until we meet again. The major benefit of going to a Jewish camp that is something more than simply a camp where there is an elevated Jewish population is the emphasis on the intentional incorporation of the bigger and broader Jewish themes. We give thanks before and after each meal. Song sessions have more than a few songs in Hebrew. The names for buildings and the jobs we are assigned as cabin mates are often in Hebrew. And many of the counselors, specialists, and other staff are from countries that do not natively speak Hebrew, like Scotland or New Zealand, Croatia. And yet they leave with a rather large vocabulary of these words and a repertoire of our songs. The programming and office administrator for Camp Harlem, who has spent a few summers at camp, is from just outside of London, England, and brings her 3 non-Jewish children to camp for the entire summer. They held their bunkmates just as tightly and shed happy tears at the end of camp and their final song session. They and other staff leave each summer as partners and emissaries to the greater non-Jewish world with their own perspectives, and they are best able to stick up for and support Jews at any time they experience anti-Semitism and can probably help change minds and cultures. When we are at our best, we can offer our best. And this is why it is so important for me personally to attend or even visit a summer program each season and to recharge my batteries in a way. I was blown away, actually, by how much music is used at camp that we are already using both at BML and right here from our Bima. It was so remarkable because it's often felt that there is no place for informality on the Bima and no place for formality at camp. And yet camp and liturgical trends are making it possible to blur that line. Many cantors are bringing new things to their congregations, and many young song leaders are taking them back to camp. And so it must be comforting for the children of RS to visit camp and to hear so many familiar songs. I know that camp often develops new traditions and ways of singing certain things, but there is more overlap than ever before. And I look forward to continued studying and understanding, particularly why. It is not too early to begin thinking about next summer. In fact, every URJ camp has announced their schedules and incentives for signing up early. Besides there being some kind of financial incentive, the campers are eager to know that there is someone making plans to anticipate and greet them next summer. And this summer was the best one yet for a post-pandemic model. Campers were safely in person and with a more normal flow of activities that did not require the whole population of the camp to be COVID tested every single day. I'm very excited about this year's holiday season and all of the work we are anticipating meeting head-on in preparation. I'm already feeling connected to so many of my personal emotions and eager to share all of the results of recentering and recharging in my special locations around the state and with family. It's my wish that every child understands the magic of our URJ summer camps. And of course, there are many choices to work from for summer camping. And I know about legacy campers who carry on family presence in their own beloved camp. For those who may have need of or are interested in learning more about a new summer home for their campers, make sure that you talk to any one of your clergy and Jennifer James about your camping dreams. And perhaps there is both guidance and resources not tapped but available to you for the asking. Just another one of the many benefits of belonging to RS. And so I wish you all a very rewarding Shabbat Shalom, and as we continue on into this season of looking at ourselves a little bit more clearly. Shabbat Shalom.
As we continue with Aleinu, just want to call your attention. There are different interpretations of Aleinu, and the one that we typically turn to is on the top of page 79. Please rise. Page 79 and 80.
עלינו לשבח לאדון הכל, לתת גדולה ליוצא בראשית, שהוא נוטה שמיים ויוסד ארץ, ומושב יקרו בשמיים ממעל, ושכינת עוזו בגובהי מרומים, הוא אלוהינו אין עוד. ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא. ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד, ושמו אחד.
Please be seated. Our thoughts turn to loved ones whom death has taken from us at this season and years past. Our hearts open as well to the wider circles of loss in our community and wherever grief touches the human family. May their memories be a blessing now and always. This week, our congregation observes yahrzeit for Mamie Schumann Abelson, Eleanor Ruth Asher, Nathan Axler, Maxie Balinson, Jerome Beal, Samuel Bean, Emmanuel Beck, Marlene Beer, Harry G. Beneman, Flora Berkowitz, Jacob A. Biberman, Saul H. Brotman, Emily R. Chernikoff, Paul DeVito, Henry Dittenfass, E. Theodore Ehrlich, David Feld, Alma Feinstone, Elliot Furman, Rebecca Gable, David Greel-Gersley, Edward Glassman, Virginius A. Herman, Minnie G. Herson, Leonore Himmelstein, Jacob Kalish, Cy Kamens, Theodore H. Kapnick Sr., Theodore J. Cotters, Ronald Kelly, Irving Kest, Ida Cohn-Kind, Helene Stillman-Kleinman, Blanche Spanier-Stern-Koch, Karen Crum, Alan Joseph Lauber, Benjamin Lieberman, Hetty H. Miller, Jeanette David Meyer, Irving W. Robb, Ruth Rappaport, Edward D. Reinheimer, Charna Rickey, Nina C. Rosen, Meg Gansman Rosenbluth, Eva Sklar Rosentor, Alice Malter Roscom, Catherine Siegel Sablasky, Cy Salkowitz, William J. Sauer Jr., Leopold Schlesinger, Amelia Schnitzer, Marie Schwartzberg, Bernice Sharp, Ricky Marla Sharp, Max Scheller, Georgia Schuster, Natalie Silverstein, Louis Silverman, Jean Simon, David Singer, Sylvia Sledger, Elaine Sperling, Shirley L. Spiegel, Sophie Steigman, Bayard C. Stone, Jacob M. Teller, Florette Bauer Weinberg, Goldina Wolf, Robert Wolf, Alvin E. Wolf, Jr. We add the names of those who have been taken from our midst, but not from our hearts, for whom we observe Shloshim. Bill Finlay, Francis Fulton, Joan Strauss, Joan Phillips Warner. And if you are observing Yartzeit or Shloshim for a loved one whose name I have not called, please feel free to add it to the comments or speak it aloud now. Together, we turn in our prayer books to page 86 as we honor their memories and recite the mourner's Kaddish. Please rise. Yitgadal v'yitkadash shemei rabbah, be'alma divarach yerutei v'yamlich malchutei, v'chayechon uvyomechon v'chayei d'chol beit Yisrael, v'agala u'bizman kariv v'imru amen. Yehi shemei rabbah mevarach le'ala molmei olmaya, Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitramam v'yitnaseh, v'yithajar v'yitalev v'yithalal shemei d'kudashah barechu, le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata, chushbachata v'nechamata, tamiran be'alma v'imru amen. Yehi shlama rabba min shemaya, v'chayim aleinu ve'el kol Yisrael, v'imru amen. Oseh shalom b'mromav, huya aseh shalom. Aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael, v'imru amen. May the source of peace bestow peace on all who mourn, and may we be a source of comfort to all who are bereaved. And together we say, Amen.
Oseh shalom b'mromav, hu ya'aseh shalom. Aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael, ve'yimeru, amen.
It's my pleasure to invite forward Holly Lentz-Kleeman.
Hello, everyone. Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
A few announcements. Dr. Rayfield, PhD, Dr. Andrew Rayfield, PhD, the president of Hebrew Union College Jewish Institute of Religion, will deliver the Devar Torah at the Shabbat evening service on September 8th and will lead Torah study on September 9th on the topic Jewish prophets, and prophetic Judaism. If you are new to Rodeh Shalom, a special welcome to you. Please meet our congregant Jordan Marks, right there in the back, waving his hand, who is waving in the back. I'm reading, but I'm interpreting here too. Thanks for being very specific, yes, to learn more about following the service. Thanks so much.
Yivarechecha Adonai ve'yishmerecha, Ya'er Adonai panav eilecha bichuneka. Yisa Adonai פניו אליך וישם לך שלום. יברכך אדוני וישמרך, יאר אדוני פניו אליך ויחונקה, יישא אדוני פניו אליך וישם לך שלום. יברכך אדוני וישמרך,
May God bless us and keep us.
יאר אדוני פניו אליך ויחונקה.
May the light of God's Spirit shine upon us and through us.
יישא אדוני פניו אליך וישם לך שלום.
May God's presence be with us and bring us peace. Ken Hiratzon, may this be God's will. And now, to prepare for our daily sound of shofar for Elul, reach deep into the sanctuary of the heart, reach beyond to the infinite and eternal, reach deep with every quiet breath, reach beyond, summoned by the ancient, ringing blast of the shofar. Tekiah. I should have called Tekiah Gedolah. We are awakened. Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom.
That's why I got prayer book. It's singing with you.
I knew the answer, but I had forgotten.
Really? You like guessed? Yeah. I know.
Every once in a while.
I'm a blast this month, let me tell you. Yeah, it's fine. Shabbat Shalom.
Sounds really fun. It's random when we get them.